This is episode 1 of the Finance on Fire podcast. Welcome to the Finance on Fire podcast. My name is Cameron Parker and I am your host for this episode. The Finance on Fire podcast is where we answer your personal finance questions in hopefully under a minute. It's brought to you by the team at Finance Me. All right, so let's get into today. The first question is what we get asked all the time by our clients, and I thought it'd be a great way to kickstart this year's podcast series before we start to directly answer your questions. In the show notes, I'll leave all the links where you can send us your questions, and depending on where you're viewing this or listening to this on social media, we'll leave the links there as well. So the first question that we thought we'd kick off this year with is, will applying for a personal loan affect your credit score? So in short, the answer is yes, it does affect your credit score. So the way it works in Australia is any time you make an application for any type of credit from a credit provider, whether it's a phone contract, a personal loan, a car loan, a home loan, credit card, etc., it will leave a mark on your credit file. That's a way for other lenders to see, firstly, who you have made applications to, for the amounts, etc., and they can determine whether or not, based on the information on your credit file, that they want to lend you funds, essentially. So it's not necessarily a bad thing that it leaves a mark on your credit file. Where it becomes an issue is when you make multiple credit inquiries in a relatively short period of time. So most lenders will class any more than 7 applications for personal type finance within a 6 to 12 month period as being a higher level than normal. So keep that in mind. And another thing, we may cover this in a different question, but one of the other questions that we get a lot of is where people have gone online to, say, a credit card provider, they get a pop-up, they fill out a quick online application thinking it's an inquiry, but it does leave a mark on your credit file. So we see multiple credit files a week where there is a large number of credit inquiries due to the fact that someone's gone online and thought, okay, well, I need some quick funds via a credit card, and made 5 or 6 applications within, a few hours. So just keep that in mind. Every time you make an online inquiry, in person, any type of application for finance, it will leave a mark on your credit file. Hopefully that has answered your question. And as of the next episode, we're going to start answering our clients directly. And as I say, in the show notes, you will see links for WhatsApp and all of our other social media channels where you can leave your question and we'll answer them for you within a minute. This has been Cameron Parker for the Finance on Fire podcast, brought to you by www.financeme, which is mi.com.au. See you in the next episode.